This is State Representative Jeffrey Elmore with your weekly session update for July 26, 21. Normally I post this on Fridays. Last week I posted on Saturday. Due to the schedule that I'm having to maintain being a full appropriations chair, I was unable to get it done because of the meetings that I was participating in this past week. We pretty much did 14-hour days all last week putting together the House budget. What we're moving forward from this point with the budget is this week the staff is putting the pieces together and making sure that the technical pieces are correct, that we have no overlaps, and because we are combining all of this billions of dollars coming down from the feds with the state budget, it's very complicated. So we're giving the staff almost a week to put all of those pieces together to make sure that our document is where it needs to be. I'll be giving you more information at the end of next week dealing with the specifics that are in the budget, the overarching things that are there as we move forward with the process. Wanted to touch on a couple of things that were outside of the House chamber that went on last week that I'm getting a lot of phone calls about. First is House Bill 91. This is a bill that we sent over to the Senate, and they stripped the bill and put some new language into it, and what it is called is accountability and fair play in athletics. What the Senate is trying to get a grasp on is the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and their governing policies. Basically what this entity is a nonprofit that dictates all of the high school athletics across the state. And how it works is the school pays a fee to be a participant in the High School Athletic Association. Then from those fees, they develop the high school conferences, they approve schedules, they deal with regulations dealing with the referees and umpires. Also, they put together the state playoffs and coordinate the state championships. Some concerns that the Senate had is the amount of money that they are holding as an organization, which is almost $40 million. And to give you some perspective, the Athletic Coast Conference, the ACC, holds about $5 million in reserves in comparison to $40 million with the High School Association. And the relationship of that money being held to the grants that the schools get back, may it be for equipment, new facilities, things of that nature. So what the Senate's working on is basically internalizing this into state government and creating a board that would have appointees from the governor's office, the House chamber, and the Senate chamber as the regulatory entity for high school athletics. This bill has a long way to go. They're working on it in the Senate. It has not even gotten over to the House yet. So there'll be more information about this as time passes. I've heard a lot of questions about this, so I just want to kind of give you the 10,000 feet view of it. Also, something that I'm getting a lot of questions in the office about is the mask mandate for our K-12 schools, which many of them are starting at the end of August. So basically what the governor did last week is announce that the universal mask mandate has been lifted. So it seems like that masks would not be required for students in schools based on that statement. But he also said that the local school boards should follow the North Carolina Healthy Schools Toolkit, which is published by the Department of Health and Human Services. That document is the actual regulatory document dealing with the health issue. In that document, it states that if a student is in K-8, they should wear a mask. Also, if a high school student has not been vaccinated, they should wear a mask. And also that staff should wear a mask if they are not vaccinated. So in that document, it still keeps the mask regulation in place, even though he has lifted the universal mask mandate. So it's very much a mixed message coming from the governor's office. He also states that the local school boards will have discretion on this. They really don't have discretion because they have to follow the toolkit per the executive orders. So very much confusing information coming out of the governor's office dealing with the mask mandate. Since we're on the other chamber, the Senate passed HB 73, which is temporarily waives the ABC permit renewal fees. This was a House bill that passed almost unanimously out of the House, where we would waive the liquor license fee for this past year for bars. This is a way that we're trying to give them some economic relief because in COVID they were not allowed to open at all, but we were still requiring them to pay their liquor license even though they were not able to conduct business. The Senate passed that bill 41-0 with unanimous support, so now it moves on to the governor. Some bills that are sitting in the House that are moving through is HB 707, the Student Borrowers Bill of Rights. This is targeting predatory lending, dealing with student loans. And that does exist where different entities are aggressively trying to get people to take out student loans to their entity. This passed a committee and now is referred to House Finance. Also, HB 791, Licensed Counselors Interstate Compact. This is basically us going into a compact with other states that we recognize counselors' license. Let's say the counselors from Virginia, we would recognize the Virginia license in North Carolina. This is reducing regulatory burden to make it easier for these counselors to practice. As we are a growing state, we continue to target these type of regulations to make it easier for people to conduct business. On a local district note, I would ask that you be in prayer for Commissioner Jeff Peal's family. He is a Alexander County Commissioner. He's also principal of Millersville Christian Academy. He has connections in both counties in my district, not only in Alexander, but also in Wilkes. I actually taught his children in school. He coached and taught and was also an administrator in Wilkes County Schools for years, and then continued that work in Alexander County and was a principal at Millersville Christian Academy. He was in a tragic accident this week, a car accident that took his life. Very hard, a very good man that has spent his whole life giving back to the community. Please be in prayer for his family because he's touched many lives over the years. I appreciate sharing with you. We'll not have a weekly session update at the end of next week. It will be the following week as we are more at a stage where the House budget will be public. Again, thanks for listening, and I enjoy sharing with you.